right, hit it, people. Share the show. About to get started. All right, let's get started. I think we're ready. What's happening, chat room? Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Hi, how's it going? Good to see you. Like, subscribe, etc., etc. I think we're up on YouTube. Should be up and running. Yep. Twitch is being weird though, so I'm having to like turn it off and back on and see if it links back up and lines back up and what have you. It's being odd today for some reason. There seems to be some sort of an issue. Sending data. Yeah, see, I'm getting an error with that. I will keep trying on Twitch. Apologies to anybody on there. Hop over to YouTube and subscribe if you would. Anybody who's, we'll just pass that message on. Yeah. But yeah, so hi everybody, welcome to see. Hello, good to see you. So lots of dystopian background returns. Yes, thank you very much. It's brutalist futurism. I figured it works for me on a bunch of fronts, especially with one of the stories. I was going to use one of my other backgrounds. The bunker seems to make people more afraid, but I was going to, especially for this one, if I may, this business. Whoops, right here. Hold on, let me go back to here. I have a comms window, don't I? I guess not. Maybe I didn't build one. I'm being silly. Oh, because I had it with that one. Yeah, sorry. I'll go back to my my spaceship. This guy right here. Into my holding cell. AI is an alien life form? But nothing will out dumb. Well, we're going to start with this one because Trish Regan, who I still can't understand the entire purpose of her show's existence. Honest to fucking God. There's a lot in this to cover. Hold on. And this one, I also don't understand why the need for her to look like a blow-up doll ad. It's really, like most of her pictures are taken to look like they're meant to disappoint men who buy inflatable women. Like, on the box, Anyways, that could be taken so many ways. Chat room. So Bongholio apparently has issued a warning that he's going to continue to not do his job. Dan Bongholio's ominous warning is coming true. Watch what he says on Letitia Obama. Letitia Obama, Letitia.
Dan Bongino said it very well. Dan Bongino made the point that, there's got to be...
What is this outfit? Hold on. Wait a minute. What the fuck is that? Seriously. Did she get put in the "you must remove your helmet and armor" line at Comic-Con?
He said this actually about 8 weeks ago or so. I want to play you some sound from my buddy Dan. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guy.
Yeah, unless you care about the Epstein files, in which case he's a moronic, stupid, idiotic, shithead guy.
He said, he doesn't need any friends. He's in Washington.
Well, it's nice to know that he doesn't. That's yet another thing he doesn't have to worry about.
One reason, and one reason only.
To avoid his wife and to bury the Epstein files. That's two. Shit! Maybe they're tied. Who knows?
And he warned of what was to be. And
wait a minute. You're not going to play clips from before he took the job, are you?
And then he put this out on Twitter with 2 words. Bookmark this. So I thought it was appropriate at this moment in time, as we learn of Letitia James going down, as we learn.
Yeah, she didn't go down. I mean, obviously, but.
Of perhaps John Bolton getting tied up in something, who knows, right?
Right, who knows? Getting tied up in something. You do realize Trump hired him, right? Not a single Democrat has hired this fucker, insofar as I know.
Classified doc speculation. Again, all speculation at this point, but we don't know.
Yeah, but, who needs more than that?
I will say this. These guys mean business.
Let me ask you about, are you going to be looking?
These guys mean business, as does my tailor who used to work for Gem and the Holograms.
Into Cash and Pam, any potential collusion between the DOJ, Letitia James, the novel legal theory of Alvin Bragg or Nathan Wade or Fonnie Willis and the DOJ. Is that something? Has anything come up? Is there any way to determine whether or not evidence was destroyed in any of these cases?
Is anything happening? Please, I gotta tell these assholes something. Every night they're blowing up my fucking chat, and I got dickheads that I hooked up with talking at all these stupid Trump rallies who think that I've got some sort of inside fucking scoop. I don't understand any of this shit.
Well, there's always a way to determine that. I don't want to comment on that specific.
Come on, man.
Case right now for a reason.
That specific case is like 9 fucking cases, stupid.
Get ahead of the Department of Justice on that, but I want to say that
you're in the Department of Justice.
The FBI obviously has the public corruption portfolio, and yes, if you are a corrupt politician out there, if you are engaged in behavior, you know what you're doing.
Right, like Donald Trump's fucking meme coin bullshit, enriching himself in his office, taking his sons along to make deals. All the stuff you guys accused Hunter Biden of doing, which you still don't have any fucking evidence of. Like, you could have rolled this shit out and fucking nothing. Right? Nothing.
We're going to find you. I promise. No one is going to get off. The days of selecting and putting your partisan bias on and taking care of your friends, those days are over. You know what?
All right. That's adorable. How else can I put this?
This is some bullshit.
For real. Like, dude, fucking try harder. Jesus Christ. The days of do you realize who your goddamn boss is?
I don't have any friends. I don't want any friends. I don't care. I didn't come here for the money. I didn't come here to make. I know.
You came here for the valor, the accolades, the power. You can make the money later. You came for the money you'll make after. The permanence of that career instead of having to show up for a fucking podcast for the rest of your fucking life. You came for the defense contracts from handgun manufacturers, you chiseling motherfucker.
For the money. I can tell people that for sure.
No, I didn't come here to make friends. I don't give a damn about friends. I don't have any friends.
If you want a friend in D.C., get a dog.
We're coming for you.
That'll help.
Yeah, exactly. You want a friend in D.C., right. Go get a Labrador.
Hold on. Wait a fucking second. So, sorry, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, any of the people in Trump's cabinet, none of those people are fucking trustworthy. These aren't people you could have dinner with and hang out with and shoot the shit with outside of fucking work. So I guess what we're supposed to take from this is that you've come there and discovered that all the people that you vilified and shit on for years, that you don't have a fucking ounce of evidence against. So they're hanging around out there. And so all the maggots are fucking yelling at you. So they don't want to be your friends anymore. And all the people in the White House that if you hung around them for a fucking day and a half because of the oath you took, you'd have to fucking arrest them. You found yourself as a man without a country, Frank.
Like I have, because there are no friends in D.C. You've been doing this, what, 30 years? There are no friends here.
What? That's not even close to true, fuckhead. I mean, it might be true of Republicans. I don't doubt it. Because you guys are a bunch of fucking crab climbers who will choke each other out for a fucking nickel. So while you're Democrats are having bringing birthday parties and wearing the fucking same color shirt because it's somebody's the anniversary of their first campaign. And you motherfuckers are like, I'm alone here. Oh, so lonely. I'm Bangholio, so alone. Oh no, aloneness. Trish has friends. Trish has lots of friends.
Friends.
She has the holograms. She has all of her friends who she's broke up with the last one because you both went as Dazzler for Comic-Con one year and she's never gotten over it. But that bitch.
Which means even Bolton, I guess. I'm sure he was on air plenty with Bolton at Fox. We all were. No friends right now.
Yes, because the only criminals that Donald Trump can find that he actually has evidence against are people that he actually worked with, you asshole. Jesus Christ. That's all the proof he needs for a judge to get a warrant. Trump just has to point to himself and of course they're criminals. They worked with me. And the judge is like, punk, pick him up. Jesus.
We're just trying to find truth and, who did what and when they did it.
Yeah.
And why they did it.
Where and how and what if they did something worse? Huh? And when they'll do it again and how they'll do it if they do it differently. What?
And so, I think Letitia's motives were pretty clear, right?
He's called me venomous. We will fight back to your attempt to bring Trumpism to New York City. He's called me disgraceful. Of the fact that they stole the Supreme Court seat.
Yeah, so far so good. I can see how the woman got elected. In New York City, Trump's hometown.
President.
For a second, I thought that was John Fugelsang, and now I think it's David Spade.
And an illegitimate member of the...
Is there an illegitimate child of John Fugelsang and David Spade?
United States Supreme Court. We've got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale.
Yes, I like to think of myself as just pale enough. So that's why I'm not offended. And I don't know that I could ever be too male. It's either the long hair or my eyelashes or something.
God, she's awful. Okay, so she kind of had it coming to her, right? That is one.
The applause, you mean? Yeah, I think so.
It's very clear. I'm with Peter Navarro. She's kind of a despicable person, and you've got to set some kind of...
Said no one ever. You're with Peter Navarro? Have fun in prison.
Letitia James is another one that belongs in jail. Look.
Says a guy who went to jail. And if there's... and if the timeline switches, is going back.
The Democrats...
Care about people?
Look, they really overplayed their hand on this because they thought they could take Donald Trump out. They didn't. And in the process, they totally destroyed American people's faith in our Justice Department, and they got him.
And that's his fucking job. All right, I guess, by the way, can I just say, hold on, sorry, where is this? This is what I want. And then chat. There you are. I got to rearrange my buttons. Yeah. Yep, Twitch all day, no problem. Okay, I'm going to restart the Twitch stream again and see if it works. Nope, an error occurred. Please try again later. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Yeah, it's something in Restream not being able to... yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll keep flipping the switch, trying to make it work. I apologize, Twitch friends. Substack too. Substack should be up. I see it streaming. It says it's streaming. Maybe that's still running on a old one. Let me try this. Let's see. Close this. Create new. New live video. Let's see. Yeah, hold on. Okay, generate stream key. I'm gonna try and do this manually, kids. Turn that off for a second. Edit. Throw that in there. There you go. Save. Wish me luck. Fire it back up. I think. Does it need more of in the stream key? It looks like it's streaming now. Is it possibly? Hey, there it is. Okay, Substack is up. All right, we'll see if... I don't know what's up with Twitch. I will just keep throwing the power switch on it and try to get it back up. Apologies, folks. It's the problem with being on everywhere. Maybe... I don't think I got tossed on Twitch. I think that was because my account's fine. I haven't got not that I know of. God knows. Anyways, okay. So Trish does this whole thing about, I don't know, that Bongholio is going to go after people regardless of party, which is just fucking stupid. It's atrocious. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's farcical. It's comical. It's cartoonish. It's nonsense. And it's, the idea that he's going to go after people who are openly criming in the administration is just dumb. But it's a good way to not talk about the Epstein files, just like, just like this. They're still on this. And they're not the only ones. I think it's, here it is. Look at this asshole. Alex Stein is on control through demoralization, that by Cracker Barrel changing their fakakta kidney bean barrel of what the fuck are you talking about old country store logo to make it look like a Waffle House, that was bought out and replaced by a local business that nobody thought through. This is the title of this: Cracker Barrel Demoralization Plan, Rebrand, Control, and Culture War. Alex Stein on The Real Story. The Cracker Barrel rebrand, fuck me, is raising alarms nationwide. I know, I can't go outside and mow the lawn without hearing. It's like D-Day. Critics argue it's more than just a logo update. It's part of a broader push to strip away tradition, creativity, and joy from everyday life. That's right. I can no longer feel joy that you won't hold still. Joy, swing by over here. What are you doing? Hold on. So I have to look something up. Let's see. Lebanon, Texas, founded. It's as old as I am. Good old Cracker Barrel. Started in Lebanon, Texas. It's had a terrible effect on its brand, folks. Its stock price has gone down 14 cents. Ouch. It's at 54.27 now. It's got a bunch of subsidiaries. It's probably changing the logo on too. Logan's Roadhouse and Maple Street Biscuit Company makes about $3.2 billion a year. Yeah. Famous Peg, and they rebranded the Peg game, which is golf tees in a fucking triangle. Cracker Barrel admits it could have done a better job after new logo backlash. Oh, I mean, I honestly, I think the only way they could have done it better is if they just served free food at churches for a week and everybody would have forgotten all about it. This is, how are they being demoralized? Tell us, Alex, how easy to demoralize you fucking pussies are. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
And they don't want to encourage creativity within us. They just want us to basically do a job, pay taxes. They want both parents to work, and they kind of want...
They got behind the Cracker Barrel. The company in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Make fast food almost not fun. It's basically utilitarian.
Yeah. I hear they're taking down all the shit off the walls because there's too much of a chance for tetanus and a mild earthquake. They can't put any in California because nobody wants to sit in a place with all that shit stacked everywhere without it being glued down in an earthquake zone. What happened to Gary? Got tetanus from a picture of Ma Kettle landing on him. It was tin from the 40s.
Thing now, and especially with like Cracker Barrel, they just want to constantly keep us in this kind of low vibrational state, because when we're not creative, when we're not
low vibrational state, what the fuck are you talking about, you hippie?
Happy, we're not taking chances, we're much easier to control. So there's actually a nefarious motivation behind this. I know that sounds a little conspiratorial, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't sound a little conspiratorial. It sounds a lot of nuts.
Telling you see it over and over and over again, that they take something.
You go into something like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then they start calling it KFC, and then all the black people are wearing t-shirts and stuff, and it's just upsetting. And then Gatorade, they act like Mountain Dew's a sports drink. It's just so confusing. Mountain Dew is a hick drink. We put it in our baby bottles to rot our kids' teeth before they're even through the gum line. And they want to make it a sports drink? What the fuck?
And they just make it very plain and mundane. And
and then you have to use your imagination to fill in the gaps, and it's exhausting. Remember what this place used to be like, pal?
It's just another way to demoralize us and make us easier.
Yes. I'm so demoralized, sitting in a Cracker Barrel, rubbing my eyes. Where did it go? All the knickknacks all around, all the peanut dust on the ground. Or is that Hooters? What's next? Guys in orange shorts with big bulges in their pants, turning Hooters into wieners. Where has it all gone?
This is part of some, multi-level Gavin Newsom-led social media campaign to try to...
First of all, hang out. Wait, shut the fuck up. Wait a minute. Fuck you. Nobody in a living room like that eats at fucking Cracker Barrel except on a dare. What the fuck? I thought you guys were anti-elite. Jesus Christ. You look like you're waiting to be guillotined during the French Revolution. The shit is this? What are you showing up early to set up chairs for an Eyes Wide Shut party? You fucking elite motherfucker. Mr. Shiny Suit. What the fuck? This asshole's defending Cracker Barrel. Get the fuck out of here. What? Wait a minute. Chat room. Come on, man. What the shit? He slept with MTG? Oh, God. Waffle Barrel. I'm guessing that's a real background. And if it isn't, he's trying way too fucking hard. I don't think that's, please tip your waiters. I'll be here all week. Yeah. Maybe this is the background he's going for. Just Alex Stein just setting up for the annual Liberace's holiday party. His birthday is a national holiday.
Neighborhoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, ow. Boys and thongs and vests and thongs. Ooh, I love that feeling. Neighborhoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, ow. Boink, boink, doobie-doo. You know what I wanna do. Yay! Boink, boink, doobie-doo. You know what I wanna do. Box up.
Happen to anybody. All right. All right. So, look, I have no evidence that Alex Stein is a closeted gay man who is tormented by his own wants and desires and would be a lot happier if he lived in 2025 when you're allowed to be gay and open and it's perfectly fine, and not in 1947 in his fucking, you know, nightmarish retro existence.
Appeal to conservatives. So let's not fall into that trap. They don't give a damn that they got rid of Uncle Herschel. So they are lying when they say that. You know, I just want that on the record that they are.
You only know the name Uncle Herschel because it ended. That's another, like, that's what the fucking problem is. God damn.
Us. And the second thing that's really
we think the Cracker Barrel reband sucks too, Democrats.
about this is that Sydney Sweeney, basically
well, that's gotta hurt if you're Alex Stein and stuff. Yeah, yeah, because it does look dumb, but like I give a shit.
That American Eagle got. A lot of people would say that that was negative, but they sold out, you know, in every store. You couldn't even buy those jeans that she was advertising. So there's a way where you can have publicity and it can be kind of negative, but it helps your company. But with this publicity, it's all negative. Nobody.
Why? What the? Honest to God. Are you guys just looking for another Bud Light so you don't have to fucking talk about Epstein? Is that what this is? That's what this is, isn't it? You guys just need, like, holy shit. You need anything to distract from Jeffrey fucking Epstein, who, by the way, it looks like you're staying in one of his apartments. Honky bucket. That's too good. Hold on. Wait. Chat. Honky bucket. Quit it. Wait. All right. So hold. Now I gotta. Shit. You guys always gotta do this to me. Okay. I gotta open up Canva. And I gotta start a new thing. And then is what it do? I don't know. Just the image photo editor. There we go. Let's do one of these. And then we'll go to let's see. Barrel logo. We'll take this and we'll go images, and we'll take this one and we'll put it there, and then we'll go to the thing, and then I'll take this over here and I'll upload. And it should be in my recents, right? Yeah, there you go, like that. And here you go. And take this, and then we do. We'll take this. I'm working. Hold on. Do. Hold on 1 second. Chat room. Go to the comms window, and then we take this over here. Check. Excellent. Let's see. Create a design out of that. Excellent. Put that in there. Okay, cool. Close this. Then we need to add an element. We need just a shape, which is fine. I need just a score. This will work. Whatever. Who cares? Just see them all here. Add. Just this. That's all I need. Okay. And then I need the color to be the same as this color. There you go. And then we take this over here and stretch this out like this. There we go. Close it like that. And I think it's close to the same color. Oh, I see. I want this to be the same color as this. There you go. Now it's the same. Okay, and then we go over here to text, and then I'll just put this in here. Honky bucket, like it. Okay, then we shrink this down. Hold on. Let me take this and move it over and center it. That's pretty good. Get it. There you go. And then I think we need something more whimsical text, don't you? Let's grab a something. Let's. I don't want to go too far. So that's that works. Is that okay? I don't want to work too hard on this. It's fucking stupid. Wait, that's condensed though. Condensed will always suck. Is it? No, this guy. No, that won't do it. Now you got me digging in, don't you, sons of bitches? All right, no, that's. I kind of like that. It's got a very 70s. Right? All right, hold on. Then, that's pretty good. No, that's too much. Okay, this one. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like this guy right here. It just looks so sad. How about this? And then we gotta move the lines. Whoops, no, I don't want to do this. Do that. There you go. And then take the line spacing out of it to where it's almost overlapping. There we go. And then we stretch this out a little bit. And stretch this out a little bit. And we outside of here. And then we line it up. There you go. And then we select all of it. Hold on. And then we want it to be that beigey brown color, right? This one. Where is it? The dark gray brown, I think, is what they actually use, isn't it? Fuck is this? Yeah, I guess it's that brown. And then, oh, maybe it's shadowed with something. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do it a little bit of a lift, and we'll make sure let's just a regular shadow. That'll save us some stuff. And then we'll go for the dark, chintzy brown, whatever the fuck that is, color. This one right here. Yeah, it'll work. And then offset, blur. You can see I move the direction the other. Yeah, this way. It's good. And then offset it a touch, and then turn the transparency. Yeah, there you go. I feel like it needs to be darker. I feel like this is what happens when I start tinkering, sons of bitches. Okay, and then let's go with this deeper, darker brown. There you go. And then we'll try this kind of, yeah. And then I know what it will do. And then we'll make the effects. We'll just give it an old-fashioned black shadow to make it pop. There you go. Okay, this will work, right? This work for everybody? All right, so we'll ADHD much? Look, we got to make this shit fun. Otherwise, you're going to let these dipshits make us more chartreuse? Quit it. All right, I'm going to drag this over here. There we go. And then we'll share that to the thing. And then I want to make it a PNG with a transparent background. And I'll save that to my downloads. There we go. I just love that I'm saving something to my fucking thing called Honky Bucket. Okay, cool. And then here we go. And now grab this, go over to here, go to my recents, take this, known, and this, sorry, and I've got to rename it to Honky Bucket so we don't forget. Okay, there we go. And congratulations, everybody. Here you go. There you go. Hold on. This is the... Oh, what? I didn't want that one. That's the old one. Sorry. Dope. I want this one. The one I just saved. Where'd it go? Stream tools. Oh, it went in there. Yeah, here it is. Ridiculous. Okay. Yeah. I kind of want the... All right. I wanted just the one by itself, but it kind of works this way, so I don't mind. Okay. Honky Bucket. Welcome to Honky Bucket. Honky is so much better than the C word. Don't you think? We need the old... What do the old logo for Honky Bucket look like? Karen, don't get me started, okay? Because it's going to require a lot more... Like, I'm going to have to come up with, like, a cartoon honky and I don't know what the fuck is... He's got a barrel full of, like, horns. That's going to take some work. I'm going to need a day. Honky Bucket. Yeah. Gobble them down and the plate comes back for Honky Bucket. Sorry. Anyways, and I think the people in the vertical on Instagram deserve this as well. There you are. Excellent, Honky Bucket. Congratulations, Honky Bucket, on your rebrand. Yeah, I know he is. God damn, I wish I could bring that back sooner. I'm working on it. Shit. Okay.
Rebrand. Nobody likes a modernized Cracker Barrel. The whole thing about it is nostalgia, is the country, is, like you said, a roadside station. So it's just absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, it is. And it's so sad. You're just driving along and you see the sign for a Honky Bucket. Sorry, it's just like right there. This is there you go. Poor Alex, this is so stupid.
People want to, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But that
well, apparently it was broke because they're losing, they're losing ground to Waffle House. If you're losing ground to Waffle House, anything helps.
These marketing specialists always do.
That's the thing, Alex.
Yeah, that's the thing, Alex. That's the thing. People don't want to go to. They want to go to Cracker Barrel. They want to go to Honky Bucket.
Go there for the experience. I mean, yes, it's
sure as shit isn't the food. Is that your point?
fried chicken and the biscuits too, but it's mostly for the atmosphere.
Yes, the bulging rednecks with that are like one tray of biscuits away from a myocardial infarction. That's the experience. I have eaten at many a Cracker Barrel in my time. As a matter of fact, I've eaten in a Cracker Barrel in the last month. Well, 5 weeks. Might have been 5 weeks. It was middle July. So,
and it's interesting you mentioned some of these crackpot influencers online. One of
yes, I hate the new crackpot influencers logo. It's so demoralizing and uncreative.
being David Hogg. I think this guy is a clown, but I have to say I like what he said about this, and I have to get your thoughts. Let's show this. He said, "Let's bring the country together and all agree this is bad and needs to be reversed immediately. Not for the left or the right, but for America."
And you guys actually bought that. All right, sure.
What do you think about that, Alex?
It's painful that this guy's more articulate than me and more balanced in his emotions than I am when I call him a girly man. So where does that leave me in all of this? Where do I find myself? Eating alone at a Honky Bucket? And David Hogg is more butch alpha Tate than I am. Why is it so hard to ignore the Epstein files? Why do I have to try so hard? Why can't we have something better? Why couldn't they have arrested someone from the actual deep state instead of just a former Trump employee? What the fuck?
David Hogg's probably not much different than you and I. I'm sure he's had a lot of family breakfasts and family dinners, at Cracker Barrel growing up, just like I have. So, maybe
Maybe's a really big word. Maybe one day we could all go to Cracker Barrel together. I just went to a Cracker Barrel with my family. And say what you will about the biscuits, which I just did. This is what I would say. But it's the barrel that I enjoy. It hurts so much trying to pass the biscuits. What do you do? You're taking it away. Why must the clock tick so fast it's going by, oh Lord? Cracker Barrel, aka Honky Bucket, at 2. Why must you stab me in the heart? Oh shit. I gotta clean my shorts Oh, Cracker Barrel the musical. Cracker Barrel the song. Oh. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Oh, why must you change, Cracker Barrel? Sorry, I needed a moment to treat this with the seriousness it deserves.
It's being genuine, but I'm very skeptical when I see this, coordinated campaign to defend all the conservatives calling out. I'm still a little hesitant to hop on the David Hogg train because even all the, stuff surrounding the, Second Amendment, that's one of the most important amendments. So, if he's trying to take away.
Right. And you can't bring a gun into Cracker Barrel. Oh my God, I just realized it. The Cracker Barrel has been communist this whole time.
Right to own a gun. I don't give a damn if he likes to eat a Cracker Barrel.
That's right. I'm not going to eat with him at Cracker Barrel. I don't care if he likes it. I support the rebrand because he hates it. As long as you can bring a gun into Cracker Barrel, I will go.
Fair enough. But it is interesting, and I want to.
No, dude, it really isn't.
Of course, to the rebrand itself. I don't know what the logic is behind this, but
less ink, more the same color scheme, making it stand out more because the kind of people that eat there are older, and making them squint at your sign in a town where the local signs look similar to it is very difficult. It's why McDonald's went from McDonald's to Golden Arches. You fucking tit!
Like they're sucking the soul out of a truly iconic institution.
What are they gonna do next? Change Waffle House to Waffle the House and have like a party song that goes, Waffle the House, we're gonna waffle the house, we're gonna put the waffle in the house, we're gonna waffle the house. And then they have big signs that say, WTF, what is going on? What is happening? Sucking the soul out of a chain restaurant with a bunch of props in it that gets their gravy in bags. You fucking moron! God damn! Sucking the soul. There's no such thing as a chain restaurant with soul, dummy. Look at his face. Look at how miserable they are. Ah. Oh, this is good. Oh, boy. And then the theme song, of course, you're going to walk in there, you're going to sit down with their brand new logo, and you're going to look up at the walls, and it's all going to be like modern and all that stuff, and all you're going to hear playing over the head. Can we play the peg game? That's not what I meant!
I love that feeling. Zipper hoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, oh. Butts and thongs and vests and thongs.
Pegging at Cracker Barrel has totally changed. God, he looks like he's losing sleep over it. Look at him.
And I just want to know why. So I'll pose that question.
To make the sign stand out from the freeway, you fucking moron. That's all. Because old people eat there, and you don't want to have them squint to see the sign, stupid. You want them to go, oh, Cracker Barrel. That's what you want them to do. Shit. Woke bucket.
You, Alex.
I know why. And it's like every single company does this, and you can go and you can look at every single.
Yeah, they all do it. There might be a fucking point. And also, maybe the problem starts with company. How aren't you live on Twitch? There's an issue with the with Twitch on the restream for some reason. I'm kicking it and then trying to start it again, but it's being a dick. Unless I quite frankly was, maybe it's the word turd. Hold on one second. I bet it, let's see if this works. Wait 1 second. It literally might be as simple as that. Give me a second. I bet you, like, sending data. Yep, that's it. It wasn't even a flaw. It was that they were censoring the word turd in my title because I put turd polishing in the title. So I changed it to Trump polishing, and they're fine with it. Same difference. Oh, God. Oh, I miss, sorry, I have to bring this back. 1 second. Boop. Boop. Honky, honky bucket. You gobble them down and the plate comes back for honky bucket. It's a, yeah. Honky bucket, fame of the powder milk biscuits. Heavens, they're tasty.
Always try to simplify it. For some
Do
reason,
not Google blue waffle. Thanks for the torment.
marketing schools at these big colleges, they just want to try to turn, something that was.
Yeah, you know what? I bet this guy was just as upset when the Blue Oyster turned its name to the purple starfish. Like, I just imagine Alex outside of what used to be the Blue Oyster going, purple starfish? What the fuck? Where's the hometown feel of the reach around? All right.
Videos into the most simplistic form, and you see that in our modern architecture. I mean, now we're in this modern era where everything looks like a dang Costco. Like the Texas Rangers just built a brand new ballpark within the last 4 or 5 years. It looks horrible compared to our old ballpark. It literally looks.
Oh no, the Texas Rangers ballpark. What is it? Is it square or something? Okay, hold on. Texas Rangers ballpark, new images. Is it because it's got two purposes? Is the new Rangers ballpark? 10 things to know about the new. I don't want to pay for pictures of the fucking Texas Rangers ballpark, dummy. That's the renderings of it, the global field design, the ballparks of baseball, the global ballparks. What the fuck? Okay, here it is. This is Globe Life Field. Yeah, it's got like the top of it shuts and it's like a hangar because they have hurricanes, I suppose, maybe. It's in Arlington. Sweltering summers have been a challenge for both the Texas Rangers and their fans ever since the team moved to Arlington, Texas in 1972. So they built this thing and it closes. Yeah, that looks like shit. What kind of an asshole would go to, like, where's the hometown feel? Like, says the guy who goes there once every 3 fucking years and doesn't give a shit about the game. Let the catcher cook. Fuck him. We don't want a roof we can close. I know, Alyosha, I'm sorry. That was my bad. I had no idea. Yeah, so this looks terrible. You're right, Alex. I don't know how anybody can live like this. Look at it. It's so un-American looking. Even though it's got like big hallways in it that apparently are like the side hallways are all red brick and shit like that. Yes, it's hideous. Et2 Rangers.
Like a Costco with a retractable roof. So we've lost style, we've lost grace, and we've lost, the idea that being creative.
Don't worry, the Epstein Ballroom is going to be magnificent.
It's cool and taking chances. So these people are trying to play it.
Hey, fuckhead, that's Texas. Blame fucking Texas. You ever been to Wrigley Field? It's fucking awesome. And it's fucking freezing there.
And that's why this logo has been demoted to basically just a plain brown and yellow.
Like what comes out of you after you eat at Cracker Barrel. It's almost like they're onto you, you know. Cracker Barrel. Our logo looks like
logo with just Cracker Barrel. Like, give me some swag, give me some, vibes. Like, it's just ridiculous what these marketing experts do to iconic logos and companies.
Oh, it's brutal. It is. It's so. Yeah. How are we supposed to bullshit ourselves that we're eating in a local place while we're going to a chain where everything looks exactly the same? Here's. This is the part that should stand out about all of this, because again, this is a farce. These motherfuckers are upset because the phony, prop-filled, bullshit, pre-packaged, a fake local country store is rebranding itself, and so they can no longer pretend to give a shit about the actual local restaurants. Here's a good idea, fuckhead. Don't eat a fucking chain. Like, how many fucking local places are you walking past in these same towns where they have a Cracker Barrel that's an actual fucking Cracker Barrel, that's actually what Cracker Barrel is pretending to be? There's tons of fucking restaurants you walk right by. You blow them off. That's the thing. Yes, shop local. Exactly, B-Toes. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry, like, what's next? You're gonna stop, like, eating at Harley Davidson because the motorcycles are made in at the Harley Davidson theme restaurant because the motorcycles are made in fucking Mexico now? As if you ever rode a fucking motorcycle in your goddamn life? Eat local. Go to a mom and pop biscuit place. Jesus Christ. It's not like they serve something you can't get locally. Look, I would get it if there was a themed sushi place, because the idea of Midwestern sushi is fucking stupid, right? There should be a place where you can eating at a sushi place in the mall in fucking Cleveland is a sketchy proposition. But this place nails it. And since it's raw fish and all, we got to be careful, right? That would make sense. Oysters in the middle of the country. Go to a fucking oyster house and that's all they fucking do. You're not going to blow off a bunch of local oyster houses to eat there. Don't go to Pizza Hut in Chicago. No offense, Pizza Hut, but Jesus Christ. Don't go to, don't order Domino's in New York. Go downstairs, walk across the street and get a slice, you fucking wuss. God damn. That's what needs to stand out about this whole fucking Cracker Barrel thing, is that these faux bullshit Bubba wannabe, like, plastic fucking hicks, cosplay rednecks like this asshole and fucking Mike Huckabee want to eat at the fucking Disney, like downtown Disney version of a local family restaurant. You know why? So they can feel safe in what they're getting. So they can always order the same thing and it will always taste the same. Nobody goes to Pizza Hut in Chicago in real life. I know. That's my point, Otis. It's ridiculous. Can you think about what these assholes are making such clowns of themselves about this. All these fucking fake, like, it's like they're stealing redneck valor. They want to pretend to be down home. Like this fucking upper middle class yabo ate at Cracker Barrel with his family so that they could pretend to be locals. Eat at Cracker Barrel if it's a good meat place and you like it and the food's fine or whatever, but don't fucking pretend it's got soul. Shut the fuck up. This is fucking pathetic. The fact that these assholes, and that's the, I gotta say, that's the part that enrages me about this whole ridiculous fucking thing, is these assholes are mad. This dickhead right here, him, Glenn Beck and Stu, you know, Captain Sonic over there, who don't go to a local burger joint that grills shit right there. They got him. Fuck. Think about this for a second. Glenn Beck and Stu always go to Sonic. We see the fucking cups on their counter, you know, on the desk all the fucking time. And they go there and they get, God knows, they probably just eat desserts. I'm assuming they eat burgers occasionally because that's what the place is known for. And they drive right past a bunch of, like, Texas burger joints. They're up to their ass in beef down there. You can go to all these local places. They're fucking fantastic. And they drive right past that shit to go to Sonic, to a drive-through. And that's what this is. That's what Cracker Barrel is, drive-through country life. That's what it is. This is them pretending to slum. This is like going to Comic-Con and calling yourself a superhero. Jesus. Brisket's a good idea. That's good. It's a good time. Yeah, it's performative crackery. Absolutely. Thank you. Beck, yeah. Right? And again, if you go to a chain, go to a chain. Who gives a shit? If you like the food there, that's fine or whatever. But the idea that these assholes are claiming that some soul is being taken just proves that these assholes have no idea what they're talking about. They are so disconnected from how people actually look. And by the way, Mark, I'm not saying you're not a superhero. I'm saying that it doesn't automatically make you one. I think it's a great place. I, as a superhero, will often go down to Comic-Con because there's a few places I can walk around in my costume without people looking at me weird. You know what I mean? Like they do at the grocery. Normies. Anyways. This is why this story actually is meaningful, because it points out how this like redneck performance art that these assholes are doing is all fake. They're cowbilly posers, right? It's the same crowd. Two of these assholes in suits, one with the fucking Capitol behind it, who's no doubt going to tell us that nobody in D.C. can be trusted, but wants you to know he's live in the city. And this other fucker who's looks like he's in Liberace's asshole are going to talk about how the soul of country life is being undermined because Cracker Barrel is getting a rebrand. Fuck all of you guys. Fuck you. Eat local or shut the fuck up. Yes, and it's just to distract from Epstein. They're just mad because it's harder to, you know, this isn't working very well. All hat, no cattle. Exactly. Cracker Barrel sells cheese at the mall in the 80s. That's right. Yeah, that used to be the place. It was like the Yankee Candle at the mall. But it's important to know about these guys because these guys are worried about their veneer cracking and they don't want to actually hang out with real rednecks, with real Southern people. Do you think this motherfucker has anything to say to real like farmers in Iowa? For real. Once they're done kissing Trump's ass, what the fuck do you think they have to talk about? I gotta say, like, I didn't think I'd get that riled up about it, but this is fucking embarrassing. This is crucial. Okay, now I have to jump into this other one because it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so apparently I don't know if you know this, but prices are coming down like crazy. Trump has solved all this problem, and he did it really quickly, and he did it with one phone call, and all the wars are gone, and except for a couple of whatever, those are tough. We'll see if they work out. I don't know. Nobody really cares. It's just a lot of killing. I don't know who started it. I don't know who's to blame. I don't know who's getting killed. It's just killing is bad. I'll just leave it there, right? And we'll get to it. Right? But the food prices have really, really, really shit the bed. Actually, they haven't come down at all. Yeah. O'Reilly on rising food prices. Hey, you got the food prices, and people don't like it. Or whatever. And like Rapey McScrotum Chin over here is apparently got a audience of one video for Trump. That's why it's so short.
All of this Ukraine, Putin, Epstein, dominating the news cycle. But the most important
Yeah, that's what's dominating the news cycle.
story for Donald Trump's legacy is the economy, the American economy. And the most important part of the American economy is how much you are paying for the essentials of life.
Mm-hmm.
If Trump doesn't get that down from Biden, good chance he'll lose the midterms. It doesn't matter what that happens in Ukraine or Gaza or Epstein. This is the issue.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody knows. Now, oil prices are down.
There's now. Yeah? You guys heard that, right? What? You what?
This is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows. Now, oil prices.
Renault.
Or Epstein. This is the issue. Everybody knows. Now, oil prices are down.
Renault. As oil prices are down. Okay, good. At least you had a moment to clarify.
Paying less for gas, considerably less under Trump than under Biden. But food prices in many areas are up.
Yeah, it's almost like that same thing with they stopped everybody at the border, but fentanyl's just as available as it ever was. It's almost as if it never came across the southern border in large quantities and was coming in through ports and in people's luggage, mostly American citizens bringing it in. It's funny how that you'd stop, no one crosses the border, and yet there's just as much fentanyl and it's just as cheap. It's so odd.
But we'll give you the stats. Ready? Here we go.
Ready with the stats. We're gonna get the stats, everybody. Shit.
Ground beef, this is burgers and that kind of stuff.
I thank you for clarifying what ground beef is for.
It's now $6.34 a pound, so it's up from $5.47 a pound when Biden was in office last summer.
Yes, when we were a dead country, and we had a lot more dead cow, so therefore it was cheaper to get more dead stuff.
That's a pretty big jump.
That's a pretty big jump. Maybe articulation exercises. It's a very important one. To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting a sensation from a sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. I almost got that right, but I'm rushing it. I used to do that in acting class.
Because a big drought in the West, they tell us. And
do they? Is that what it is? It's a big drought in the West? When did that ever happen?
Diminished cattle supply. All right, who knows? Second one, steak, sirloin.
I don't know. Here's an idea. Maybe the fucking people who told you? I don't know. Check in. Hold on. Facebook needs to be restarted? What happened? What's going on? Hold on. Got to reopen that page or whatever. Is there something wrong with Facebook went. Unable to stream. Oh, did they finally get me on the word turd as well? Hold on. Yeah. How about this? Save. It's so stupid. Sending data. And then Yeah, I guess everybody is really touchy about the word turd. Turd. It's sending data, so hopefully it will start back up again. Sorry, Facebook. 3, 2, 1, nothing. I'm looking at it. It's doing its thing. It's whatever. It's sending data. We'll see. It says it's sending data. We'll see if it catches up. All right. Now.
Boneless.
Sorry. I was not ready for that to be the next word. Never in my life.
Capital line meats. Now.
Hold on. Wait. Sorry. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Sirloin, boneless.
I can't do it.
Top of the line meats.
Top of the line meats. Yeah, and make a great salesperson. Hold on, I'm gonna shut it off and start it again. See, re-kick that in. Just being a dick. Sometimes it's one of those things where like you have to reconnect your account, or it's being a shite. Streaming. There it is. It's back. Yep. That's all I needed. That's what it was. Ivan the Boneless. How sad for him. No wonder he was angry.
13.
Attack and kill all those before us. Why? Because my wiener doesn't work, and I can't really talk about it because we live in an area where men can't cry and women are seen as too soft for battle. Wow. Did I say that out loud? We shouldn't have eaten those mushrooms in the forest last night. All right.
55 a pound. Okay? Last year.
Okay.
11.72. Another big jump.
Yeah, guess what? It's going to be next year. $2 more.
Another big jump. I don't eat a lot of meat, so it doesn't affect me a lot, but, you know.
I do. And I've always, because I eat as much of it as I do, I tend to eat all of it at once, and it's just a big chunk, and it kind of, so I can afford the better stuff because it's just one meal a day, and then compared to what I used to pay when I ate a bunch of shit, it's a lot cheaper, actually. Giant, just have a ribeye and that's it for 24 hours.
You want a good steak, you're going to pay a lot more for it. Same.
Well, a good steak.
Drought, diminished cattle supply. Eggs. Now everybody got eggs. They're good for you, the protein and all that.
And all that.
Now $3.60 a dozen. This is average price. Last year, July, $3.08. 50.
Ouch. I'm starting to think, and maybe I'm not following him on this, but I'm starting to think that Trump is a lying asshole. I'm getting the feeling.
2 cents up. Why?
So this wasn't easy to just fucking. All right.
Continues to impact production. I killed a lot of chickens.
Yes, we know.
Okay.
All right.
Chicken breast.
Sorry. This dude is so fucking disgusting that like every word out of his mouth makes me laugh.
Good alternative to meat, the beef.
It is meat.
Now $4.20 a pound, up from $3.94 a pound.
Smoke them if you got it. Yes, people are blazing chicken breasts now because because pot's even more expensive.
Higher costs to feed the chickens. And that's because of weather damaged corn and wheat field. I
don't know. I haven't really given a shit about what actually causes this stuff. We just got to make it go the other way magically, or we're in deep shit. It's almost as if this takes consideration and intellect.
Goes on and on. But
It goes on and on. Yeah, price it. Don't do Doritos next.
They're going to care about the why. They're going to care about you got to get the prices down.
Yeah, all right. They're going to care about them.
Now, a tip from me, you can not get hurt as much as if you are a food detective.
I thought, honest to God, for a second there, I thought he was like doing one of his talk to Trump, talk to the politics, the people, all the movers and shakers that call it, like that watch his show for tips. But this is his like across the kitchen table. Tell us how to fucking grocery shop, you rapey millionaire fuck who never goes shopping. Jesus Christ. Fuck you.
Is if you are a food detective.
All right, tell us which end of the cantaloupe do we sniff, you fucking perv?
Okay?
Okay?
That means you look around. The big.
That's right. Yeah, mostly I'm guessing at a grocery store. You might look around and go, wow, the food here is really expensive, and then realize you're in an auto zone. Sorry. First, we're getting tips from Alex Stein about how changing the logo on Cracker Barrel is removing the soul of a chain restaurant. And now we're getting grocery shopping tips from a fuckhead who paid a woman $33 million to keep quiet about the damage he did to her. Fuck you.
Stores, all right? Walmart and Sam's Club and Trader
Which is kind of the same thing.
Joe's and all of that.
Trader Joe's and all of that. Walmart and Sam's Club is who he's heard poor people go to. Trader Joe's is where he sends his people because he won't go to Whole Foods because it's, even though it was a Texas company originally, it's liberal or some shit.
They run specials.
Do they? Do they? Yeah, I know. That's why one of those asshole like Trumpers was in Costco going, ever since Biden got in, the price of mayonnaise went up. And then the sign behind him, it shows the sale price he bought from the last time he was there, which was 2 giant jugs of mayonnaise for $7. And then the coupon was no longer good. It said, this coupon is over, written above it. And so it went back to $12. And he's like, what the fuck, Biden? You're like, it was a fucking coupon, stupid.
But you got to be alert. You got to know.
You gotta walk around on time. You gotta walk around, hey, I pay full price for everything. What's wrong with me? I how many things of mayonnaise do I fucking need? And I'm paying whole. Where's the used mayonnaise? It's gotta be cheaper. You can save yourself a lot of money if you buy used condiments. You go over to the hot dog stand and they squeeze it out of the old buns. All right, I'm fine.
You got to get in. You can get it down.
You can get it down.
Amazon is pretty good. Now.
I can't. I fucking can't. I'm not. Amazon is pretty good. It's not these fucking. You can just save money on condoms. Just buy a pack of those skinny balloons, cut them in half, use one for the old pecker there, and then tie a knot in the end of the other half of it. You got 2, and your dick doesn't actually have to get any bigger. Yeah, all right, I'm sorry. You guys are getting tips from this guy, and I'm interrupting. He could be saving you money right now. And I'm being an asshole. Thanks a lot, Hal.
Processing stuff. You go into Whole Foods.
You do. Or as we like to call it, whole paycheck.
Good chain. You better bring a lot of money.
That's the end of the video. That's what... Better bring a lot of money in that place, boy. Boy. You're going to come in here, but all you kids coming through here, trying to come in. Hold on, I gotta open the proof. Hey, what are you doing? Bunch of people coming through here. Better bring a lot of money. You're in Whole Foods now, boy. This isn't a Sam's Club, you broke motherfucker. You're in the radical liberal land, where all the food is more expensive than ever, and it's owned by Jeff Bezos. But whatever. Boy. What are you doing in here, boy? You don't look like you can afford Whole Foods. Why don't you go next door to Quarter Foods? Got a quarter? Maybe they'll give you some food. Right, boys? Right, that's what I was saying. Sklack, sklack, shunk. I guess, hey, this is what you got to do when you're trying to avoid the Epstein files and you got nothing else to talk about. Now, I know okay, so let's see how these assholes deal with Gavin Newsom's stuff. Now, this is long, so I probably won't do all of it. We go. It's got my name in it almost. So DNC doesn't need Newsom. Gavin Newsom's Trump tweets spark debate over 2028 nod. Okay.
You see Newsom completely change the way he's campaigning.
No. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a complete change. I think he's just decided to mock Trump to his fucking face.
Completely changed the way that he's campaigning. Rob, can you go to his Twitter account first? Let's kind of go through his Twitter account. And by the way, believe it or not, this is helping him. It's bringing eyeballs to his Twitter account. It's not like it's not working. So
No, it's working.
Put this up there saying
it's not as good as going into Whole Foods. We're going to have to bring a lot of money.
Shop is now open. Look at the hats that he's got.
Yeah, you guys don't know, this is Peanut Butter Dickhead, and he has a podcast.
It's literally everything that Trump does, he copied. Newsom was right about everything.
He's not copying it. He's mocking it. Dummy. Trump is not hot. Real patriot. Newsom 2026. Newsom was right about everything. Yeah, it's a joke.
Trump said that he was wearing just last week. Trump is not hot. A real patriot. Newsom 2026. Even though he's not running in 2026, he's talking about the midterms. Go a little bit lower. One by one, he's taking shots at everybody. Okay? One by one.
Yeah, well, that's just normal. They really think Americans are this dumb. That's not a complete change because he's always been doing stuff like this.
He said we just sold $100,000 worth of material. This is what Donald Trump was what? What does he say? Donald Trump was president during the last census. Okay, so he's talking about the census. Every chance.
Is he? Are you sure you read that right? Does he mention the census? It looks like the census is there 2 times in this, but yeah.
Gets whether it's him, his team, or somebody doing it, it's calling him out. So the question becomes, is it working? Is it not working? Here's what
It's working.
has to say with data. And by the way, we report whether we like the news or not.
That means it's working.
Reporting it for you. So go ahead and play this clip.
Get this. Up 450% in terms of the number of followers since mid-June. And it's not just on Twitter, X, where Newsom is gaining. Even on TikTok and Instagram, his followers are up over 1 million since January alone. My goodness gracious. And
my goodness gracious, tarnations.
More than that, Laura, more than that. What about Google? What about those Google searches for him? Get this, daily Google searches for Gavin Newsom up like a rocket. What are we talking about? Since June 1, up 1,300%. Compared to August 1st, look at that, up 500%. So the bottom line is, in politics, especially if you're thinking of entering in 2028, it's all about generating attention. And so far, Gavin Newsom has done a good job at generating attention.
Yeah. The Democrats want it.
Do Democrats want it? Okay.
Do Democrats want it? Of course they do.
What do you mean?
Like, do Democrats want it? Do they want a Gavin Newsom? Yeah, because they're freaking stupid. Look at...
Yeah. Thank you, Vinny. Anyways, Epstein files, you were saying?
They're not stupid, Vinny. They're not. We don't need to...
Well, no,
we have friends that are Democrats. We have friends that are... What they are is okay.
If they keep voting for these people,
but we can't call them stupid. Like, we can't tell people they're stupid. Like, there are people that are...
Oh, thanks, Peanut Butter Dickhead.
Born in a certain way, and they become Democrats, okay?
They're born in a certain way. I think he means homosexuals, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, like I'm sitting there right now and I'm watching this video, Vinny, which is about parenting. And I'm going to play the clip here in a few minutes. I didn't even find a way to go to it. I just want to make sure we're not going out there calling all these guys dumb, stupid, all this other stuff.
Because they're going to be in charge starting next year by a large margin, dummy.
I had a girl in my office one time.
Hey, real quick. I'm sure you did. Real quick, Vinny. Has Gavin Newsom ever been involved with Jeffrey Epstein? Ever. Once. Real fucking easy. Once. Not ever. Harris. Once. Never. Joe Biden. Never. Barack Obama. Never. The last, like, 3 Democrats, and the Democrat I'm probably going to end up voting for, you know, as my vice president, in the next presidential election, all of them, none of them had anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein. You voted for a dude who knew him for a quarter century and was his fucking running buddy. I don't want to hear shit. Shut up about policy until you can broom the fucking Epstein wingmen out of your goddamn voting history. You can't do it.
Spouse of one of our guys, ex-spouse of one of our guys. And we're sitting there.
One of your guys?
I'm asking her. She's a diehard AOC person. This lady can't stand me. She does not like me.
Oh, so she's a good judge of character and probably never would have gotten on Epstein's plane. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Everything that happened, she's pushing the guy away from me. Okay. So I said, let me ask you, when you were in school, were you a English person, literature person, or were you a science person? Were you a math person? I hated math. Really. What did you like? I love English and I love journalism. I like.
All right. Fuck you, dude. That's male to female. That's how it shakes out. That's what he means. Let's boil. This is just a fucking misogynistic rubber stamp. What he means is the majority of girls do go into language arts and that kind of stuff. And the kind of ladies that date or are in relationship with, even the left-leaning ones that his buddies would be married to, aren't mathematicians. It's a self-selecting group. It's a subset of a subset of a subset, and you're judging fucking Democrats based on the kind of women that would marry your buddy that don't like your fucking face.
Fantastic.
And your bullshit.
What else did you like? Did you like chemistry? Did you like physics? Hated it. What did you like? Like I told you, writing is what I like. English is what I like. Okay.
And Hemingway preferred English and writing to fucking math and science too. What's your fucking point?
I watched this video that's talking about parenting. I learned, whether we like it or not, people are born a certain way.
So this asshole is about to make a democratic eugenics argument. That there are weak people born, the masses are born weak and uninterested in complex ideas or tasks, and therefore they are subhuman. That's the case he's about to make.
Some people are more cutthroat. Some people are more logical. Some people are more emotional. Okay? They're not stupid. They're born that way.
Okay. Yes. And some of the emotional ones become QAnon supporters, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is clearly driven by her emotions, right? Or Trump or Matt Gaetz, who are fucking toddlers who are trying to make up for attention they feel they were denied. That's emotional based. The cutthroat part of it can also be a secondary characteristic of the overly emotional part. This is just ridiculous.
The conclusion. Trust me, they're not stupid.
You are, Vinny.
Born that way. I run an insurance company. I'm watching everybody.
Yes, this guy is basically saying some people are born pedos, and if we don't let them be themselves, we'll be denied all the good they can do in the world. Like Jeffrey Epstein made a lot of people rich, right? Is that the argument? That sounds like this is what the argument is.
Come out with announcements it's the right announcement. But somebody says, that's not fair to those people. That's not fair to that person. And typically that's not fair was to the people that are not working the hardest and they're just kind of wanting everything to be easy. So it is not a stupid thing. Believe it or not, we're trying to force these people to change. They're emotionally more caught up by the feeling. The question I got for you is,
They're more empathetic. They get this weird thing about it matters if somebody lives or dies. Yeah, Ashley Babbitt was emotional. No shit. Well said, Jonathan. Also, what's this asshole arguing for? That we all need to be more like praying mantis?
think the approach he's taken, Newsom, Vinny.
Yeah.
1,000% up, June.
Yes.
500% up, August. 450% up, activity on social media. Do you think this is going to work for him to be the leading candidate for 2028?
Yeah.
You think he's going to?
Because I called it that he's going to be the front runner for the 2028. I don't think, I know Tom's JB Pritzker with the money and I get that angle. And you know what? And you're actually right. I don't think that they're stupid. What's the word, Pat? If you're just blind.
I don't know. If you weren't stupid, you might be able to come up with the word on your own.
Loyal to the party, meaning, and you're right about what, I don't think that they're all stupid. I take that back. What do you call a person that is just loyal to the party but sees the crime, the border, the lying? They know exactly who he is, but they're still going to vote for this guy because it's not the other side. What would you call them? You know what I mean? Instead of stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost like, what about this? What about the people who see Trump lied his entire fucking life? He was found to be a fraud, lied to banks and the IRS on, saying one his properties were worth less and to the other his properties were worth more. Added 10 floors to a fucking building magically in Manhattan that don't exist, right? This is, yes, the word is MAGA. The word he's looking for is maggot. Yeah. All of these guys, he's defining himself in this situation. Democrats put forward and passed an infrastructure bill. Democrats put forward and would have passed, but for Trump's interference, a border bill that pays for all this stuff. Instead of hiding it, one of the reasons Trump needed the BBB is because passing the border, the personnel and the technology and the building that he wanted to do was so extraordinary and would add so much to the fucking debt that he couldn't pass it alone because people would get sticker shock. So they shoved it in this other bill in must-pass stuff and hid his big, probably his most well-known campaign promise in a giant bill. If you have to do that, obviously you're doing something wrong, right? Obviously you're fucking up. Trump's not only a liar and full of shit, and where the Ukraine solved in a phone call, the fact that he's like, we got to end the war in Gaza, and has any of it come anywhere close? He's like, we just need to get the hostages out so that Netanyahu doesn't have to worry about killing them. That's what he means. He's this close to just saying that outright. Our people shouldn't be in that battle zone anyway, so we just want to get our hostages out, and then they've got to work it out. If you put 3 or 4 of his different statements together, that's what he's saying, and it's only a matter of time before he says it all at once.
But what do you call somebody that knows that the ship is sinking and they're still going to jump on the ship because the ship has their name on it, has their group's
the PBD podcast?
This is what I've learned.
Yeah.
This is what I've learned. And Tom, I'm going to come to you because there's a lot of other clips that, Rob, can you find a couple of the clips from Newsom? The old mayor interview when he didn't want to talk about anything, or, there's a couple clips I'll show you about Newsom that's just embarrassing. And it's so old. I don't even know who sent it yesterday. Was it Humberto who sent?
It was me.
When he was a great clip you sent.
This is when he was mayor.
Yeah. So there's a couple of them. There's 3 clips. There's a debate moment. There's that clip. We have to see it. But Vinny, this is what it is. This is what it is.
Gee, it's almost as if people get better at a job the longer they do it, even politics.
Do you think there are people that if we get the worst Republican candidate ever?
Dude, seriously?
Criminal, terrible guy.
Trump. Yes, you're describing Trump.
Human being. They're still going to vote Republican.
Yes. Yes, Vinny, if it comes out that Trump was fucking kids on Epstein's house in New York, because they're allegedly they won't believe he went to the island, or at Mar-a-Lago with Jeffrey Epstein, or at Epstein's house, or his New Mexico ranch, or at his house in Paris at some point. If Vinny finds that out, he'll vote for Trump for a third term. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. What percentage?
All of them.
Percent.
Of the current Republicans?
Like, I'm going to vote for somebody.
What do you think, Tom? What would you say?
So people that are dyed in the wool that don't cross?
No matter what, they're going to vote Republican, and no matter what, they're going to vote Democrat.
My understanding is that there's 24% on the GOP side and about 27% of the total voting on the Dem side that will stay red or blue no matter what.
So that's a...
All right. Also, I forget what this guy's name is, but was he on, like, Power Slap? What the fuck happened to this guy's face? Did he fall asleep on on his side? Wearing his glasses? Or with goggles on or something? What is that?
No matter what, right? So you know what conclusion I've come up with?
That's what you're asking.
That if Democrats just show and Republicans just show, Democrats win by 3% no matter what?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. The conclusion, I actually put it at 40-44, okay, give or take. 40%
That's party
of
affiliation, but you're asking me for the no matter what?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're right. And let's qualify both.
Okay, that's
party affiliation, 40 Republican no matter what, 44 Democrat no matter what, okay?
Yeah.
So when you look at these two things and you say, well, what's wrong with you? What's this? What's that? I'm telling you, I'm going to show you this clip by this doctor that's going to break it down. You're trying to change people. You can't.
You chant. You chant. That's the thing. If you try to change people, that's how you do it, by chanting. You get outside their house with incense, and you go, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho. You chant, and it will change them.
You're not going to change this 40. You're not going to change this 44. They're going to drive you insane. If you truly want to make change in the world, and
you got to be the change you want to see. And so the change they want to see is that everybody would vote for a pedophile, so they're all going to push for a Trump third term. Gotcha. Okay.
It's taken me...
Yes, it's a Gregorian chant. It's the monks. All right.
6 years old, having worked with so many different...
Yeah, I had sex in the 90s. Feel free to at me. What was that big, Gregorian album that everybody got laid to in the 90s? All right.
Personalities.
You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what. Stop it.
We're literally only dealing with 15 to 20% of people.
Yep.
That you're talking to.
Yeah, and those people will vacillate the entire time and never change the fact that they will always change. So you can't convince them. Enigma, thank you.
Everybody else, it doesn't matter what you say. You're not changing them.
Yeah.
You're dealing with 15 to 20% of people. The 40 and 44% that ever change on both sides, it's because...
Never change. Never, not ever change. Fuck me.
One offended them, somebody from their own party let them down. Like if you're seeing right now, hardcore conservative, pro-Zionist, pro-Jewish, all of a sudden
whatever I see.
Or anti, what happened? You got offended, somebody did this, and guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. You're not going to change that guy, you're not going to change that girl. It's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. You cannot change the people who changed. You know the people who never changed that changed? You can't change those people back or to something else. They cannot be changed after they've changed.
Right?
Thank you. It was Enigma, and you guys all... yeah, you all get a free bottle of baby oil in the mail.
A massive crisis.
Just order it and pretend you didn't pay for it.
In their life. Death in the family, betrayal, some kind of a letdown, some kind of a chaotic situation. So my focus has been trying to talk to the people in the middle that will sit there and say, well, I didn't know that. Is that really exactly what happened? Yeah. So to me, what I think with what Newsom is doing, this is the case study on how I'm looking at this, Tom. I'm looking at this, okay, go to 2027, 2028. All of these videos are going to recirculate. Rob, play any one of them that you have, okay? Play which one? Okay, this is the interview. By the way, it's uncomfortable to watch it, okay? It's uncomfortable to watch. Keep going until it starts. All right, watch this here. Starts from here. Right off the bat, watch what he tries to do. He's a mayor here. I don't know what the year is. This could be 06-ish. Right, if we can find the
this is the instant redirect, right?
Yes. Yeah. So watch within 3 seconds, watch what Newsom does and see if that reminds you of him today. Go ahead, Rob.
Mr. Mayor, good to see you. Let me start by asking you, where have you been? $522.2 million shortfall. Last year we had a 575.6. Hank, I'm here to talk about tomorrow, today and tomorrow. Not yesterday. I've been working my tail off. I've been out. I think I had 69 public events in the last 2.5 weeks. You know, I heard you say that on the radio today, and then I asked your staff, well, where's the printout? Where are these events? And your press person said, well, this is stuff he just goes to.
Yeah, these are all public events. Yeah. So.
But look, you know the criticism that you have been dodging, not just the press, but also the public, that you have been sulking after dropping out of the governor's race, that you're having a temper tantrum. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah, he looks like he's having a tantrum.
I've been working my tail off. I've been here focused in San Francisco. I think I was gone 2 days out of the city in the last 3 weeks. We've done 69 public events. I've been as engaged or more engaged than ever. I don't read the press. It is comical, some of the things that have been written. So the cartoon in the Chronicle that depicted you as a crying baby with the headline, Mayor, off the wall, you didn't see that?
No.
You didn't see it?
Who reads that stuff? I don't read that stuff. I focus on work.
Okay.
I focus on getting
Go
things
to the
done.
last 20 seconds.
It's not just the press.
The way he walks.
I gotta tell you, I think he's handling it very well. He didn't go, it's you fucking guys, right? He doesn't attack the press. He doesn't go, it's the fucking press. He just says, I don't read that stuff. I don't have time to read that stuff. He doesn't say it's bad or it's wrong or it's an enemy of the people or attacks the existence of it. He just doesn't pay attention to critics unless they have some valuable thing to add. I think that's the point he's trying to make. And this is when he's at the very beginning. And he became fucking governor after this. Jesus.
Go back a little bit. Go a little bit forward. Go forward, right there. Okay, go ahead.
At the end, he couldn't leave the room fast enough.
Off the record, I'm amazingly disappointed. Amazingly. I just am, personally, you know?
Well, I did draw him out more about the...
Technically speaking, he says off the record, and this guy didn't. He included that from that point forward on the tape. So yeah, right. That's the. I mean, honest to God, you can go and again, he didn't go. This is the problem with the press. There should be a law. Any of that shit, right? Yeah, he's still laughing about this. Exactly. And granted, he had a lot to be upset about then because he was still engaged or married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, which will make you fucking miserable. Yes, this is Hank Plank. Yeah. But for the record, he included a piece of video on the end of that was after the off the record. He says off the record, and they still include it. He goes, he couldn't leave there fast enough. He could have taken the audio out because he said off the record, right? So yeah, I'd be disappointed too. Arguably it sounds like a hatchet job. Still answered all the questions. Didn't leave early. He goes after the interview was over. Let's look at the end of this. Let's look at the end of this. This is important because again, you don't have to like all this stuff or whatever. And this is also back when he was just mayor.
Deficit. At the end, he couldn't leave the room fast enough.
At the end. So he didn't leave early. He didn't blitz out. He didn't, deny their questions and split at the end. So they were done with the interview.
Off the record, I'm amazingly disappointed. Amazingly. I just am, personally, you know?
Well, I did draw him out more about the...
For asking questions.
Did you see what he says?
No, you didn't play the whole interview, asshole. That's not it at all. And I don't think anybody has a problem with that. I swear to God. This goes back to, let me give you a little inside baseball, kids. Let's go to back to the chat, if we will. Anybody remember I wonder if it was Terminator Salvation or Batman, where Christian Bale, that audio came out about him that caught him yelling at the lighting supervisor, the lighting director. You remember that? Remember when that audio came out? Okay. And I made the case at the time that that guy, like Christian Bale was not yelling at that guy just because he was it was Terminator Salvation, but just because he was a famous dude, who was, full of ego and all that kind of stuff. He did it because this dude not only makes it harder for everybody, because in a movie like Terminator Salvation and all that kind of shit, if you have to cry on set in a Meryl Streep movie, it's not a lot of work. I'm sorry to tell you, but the more like honored the experience, the less pulp an experience is as an actor, the more space you have to act and stuff, and it's easy going. But if you have to cry wearing a half rubber suit while looking at somebody who's going to be half robot later and they've got dots all over their fucking face, it's way more work. It's way more work, okay? If you're wearing half a rubber suit and they're going to CG the rest of it later and all that kind of shit, it's insane how hard that is, okay? Yes. So I like Christian Bale too. So when Christian Bale and all those people are trying to do a scene and the lighting guy walks through, it doesn't just fuck up his space and him as an actor and all this kind of shit. Everybody has to start from scratch. And when they have to reset a set like that, everybody has to go back to one. Everything has to be remade the way it was. And it takes everybody's time. And this dude kept doing it. It was like the third time he had fucking done this. Walking through set in camera during live takes. Right? Bale was enraged. And I got to tell you, I totally support him. I heard the audio, I heard the experience on it, and I was like, the details of what had actually happened in that situation, and it was completely justified. And everybody else there, because the guy was the lighting director, couldn't yell at him. A second AD or somebody like that couldn't go, "What the fuck, dude?" And the director has to work with that guy, so he might be more tepid in his notes to that guy, because that guy's, if he drags ass, it can fuck the whole production. But the lead actor is the one person on the thing that can go, "Fuck you, dude," on behalf of everybody, because their job isn't at risk. You can be the one to stand up and go, "You fucked up." Because nobody's going to fire Christian Bale on that movie. But if one of the second tier actors goes, "What the fuck? God damn it." Okay, I'm fine. Then the director and the producer think this actor can't do something because they're third or fifth on the bill. But if Bale does it, he takes the heat for everybody. And knowing the details of that circumstance, the dude he was yelling at and what it was about, and what he actually said, completely fucking justified. And everybody who shit on Christian Bale for that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about and how did you ever do that? No, because I never had that experience. I never had to do that. Would I have done it? Abso-fucking-lutely. But because I was in a position where I would be the lead in a circumstance. If I'm in the lead in something, but I wasn't able to do it, when we were when people wouldn't come out of their trailer on shit where I was a nobody and it was making everybody fucking wait. But if I had a one member of the staff or something that wouldn't come out of their fucking office while we're trying to shoot and I was the lead on something, I'd be banging on their fucking door going, "Stop making everybody else wait." Right? You're amazed he didn't get fired? The lighting guy? Yeah. So I'm amazed as well. So the point I'm trying to make is completely justified in that circumstance. And people have a natural kind of aversion to a person who uses their power in an exaggerated way, even when it's good. And that's how the Trumps of the world kind of can move in and take that space. They can own the space by being the only bold person there, because good people aren't bold. You can't ever see Hal being a nobody. Well, I did give Terry Hatcher what for on the set of Superman and Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. That's a historical. That's part of the legend. It's true. But I never had to do it. So yes, really. I've told this before. But we'll find the clip and play it again. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make, she was not being nice. So the point I'm trying to make is that when you come to Gavin Newsom in this particular instance, especially compared to what Trump does to the press and how he talks about the press and how he's like going to take away their fucking license and all that shit, and then you're going to go anywhere fucking near. Yes, I have. I have told the Terry. Okay, all right. I was on the set of. I had one scene and a half on an episode of Superman, Lois Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, and it was about a killer who's a master of disguise, and this young punk with long hair on a skateboard runs into Lois, knocks her into traffic, and Superman thinks I'm the killer. And he grabs me and lifts me up off the ground and goes, "Who sent you?" And I improvised some funny. And they left it in. I think my amino acids line was the joke that I put in. Okay, anyways. So I was sitting next to, when I was there, I didn't have a chair on set. So I had a scene, I had lines. I was an over 5-line actor on this. I was in the, I was a hired actor on this thing. I wasn't, I had room to speak, and I should have had a chair by the rules. Every actor who has a line should have a chair, but I mean, even in that situation, I didn't have a chair. Terry had a chair, Dean had a chair, I didn't have a chair. So what did I do? Did I bitch? Was I mean? Did I yell at somebody? No, I sat on the fucking curb on the fake street at Warner Brothers Studios until it was my turn to act. And I had a barrel, yeah. And I was just sitting on the street in my costume, which was my own clothes. Yes, I was in the credits. And she was on the phone and yelling at one of the ADs back and forth, going, "I don't give a fuck. If I don't have a plastic parking pass like Dean has, I'm not coming to work tomorrow because I'm sick of this at the gate when this is bullshit and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, because the problem apparently is when she showed up, she didn't have a plastic one, so they had to show the paper one that she had, and he had a laminated one and she didn't. And she was yelling in a very mean way at the AD, and I suppose maybe she had an assistant or whoever. It was like 2 or 3 people around her, and they were all catching what for about a fucking laminated parking pass. And I started laughing. I laughed out loud. And she went, "What?" And I said, "Do you have any idea how fast this can be over?" She went, "What?" I was like, "This whole thing. This could be canceled tomorrow. Everybody could be out of a fucking job. There's no reason to treat anybody like, anybody here is magic. The director will be out of a job. The producers will be out of a job. The writer's going to be out of a job. Everybody's equal. We're all going to be ice skating uphill for the next gig. And the more profound the job is, the lower the chances you'll get something else right away. Because there's a lot of things that interfere with that. I can move on to the next thing easier than you can. And so the idea that these folks are your problem or ever will be. In Terry's defense, why didn't she have one? I don't even know that he had a laminated one. I think it was all bullshit. The point was, it had been 3 days back, and they were still catching up with shit. And he was using his old one or something. And they didn't care. He just kept his from last year and put it on his dash, probably. But anyways, and she said, she started to defend it. She's like, "But I shouldn't know." Like, I totally get it. But they can't do anything about it. Have your assistant take yours and take it to Kinko's and get it laminated. And don't make it anybody's problem. And they'll apologize tomorrow and bring you one. But it isn't worth treating these people like shit because they're scared you're going to fire them over something that's out of their control. It's terrible. And she was practically on my lap the rest of the show. She was so nice to me from that point forward. She treated me like I was her favorite actor on the show. She was gracious the rest of the time. I don't know if it was a spell or a moment she had gone through. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that it could have just been a myriad of things. I will always give people room to have their freak out. So she may be a gem to this day. I would like to think that I planted the seed of magnanimity and graciousness in that moment as best I could. And so, but in that moment, the rest of the day, she was like, this dude's a boss. She was flirty and fun and nice to be around, and that was that. That was my one day. Yeah. So that's the story. That was the yeah. That brings the end. So yeah, you calmed her down. Maybe so. Because I didn't, I understood where she was coming from, but I also had a jump every day. The 90s, I called them the Sisyphus years because I drank a big fucking glass of perspective every fucking day. I was ice skating uphill for 10 goddamn years. And I love everybody I've worked with that's a good person. I will say that. I mean, I've worked with some really ratty people over the years that go beyond just being rude, that were abusive and gross and shitty. And you know what my solution was? Every day on set, working with said people, turn in a great performance, make the set better for everybody, and then never work with that person again. That's it. Super fucking easy. Oh, thanks, JD. Is HR a thing in film and TV? Yeah, but not uphill. HR is all downhill. There. If a fucking extra hits on you, you can turn them into HR. If you hit on the star, or if they hit on you, it's like keep your mouth shut if you want to keep working. Now, if they put the moves on you or try anything, deck them. Fuck them up. That's what I've always said in this situation. And it's probably why I lost a couple of jobs. Honest to God. There are some people that won't work with me because they're scared. It's a long story. But I've gotten in the face of a couple people who were not nice to other people on sets. I didn't touch anybody. I didn't, it didn't come to anything, but I put myself between people and I have a bit of a stare when I want one. And I'm fine. Did you beat up Greg Kinnear? No, I only met Greg Kinnear once and I totally freaked him out. Because I'd never met him before. I only met him once and I'd never met him before. So I was like, hey, you and I used to work at the same place. Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, poop. He's not the most social dude. How you look better in Superman's uniform than Dean Cain. Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. I think I make a better Peter Parker, but point being is that I understand, that would be the spectrum of experiences in that, where people are just bitchy to be bitchy and shitty and mean and all that kind of stuff. And no. And yeah, you have a scary mean. I do. Yeah. Because there's such a high contrast with how normally smiley I am. It's good. So there are the Terry Hatcher moments of the world and the Ashton Kutcher moments of the world where they're just shitty for shitty's sake, right? And then there's the people who defend everybody else on set in a situation where the power is out of their hands, where they stand up for everybody else. Season 2 of Queer as Folk, we had all been under an ACTRA contract with Showtime, meaning that we got the same residual scheme that Canadian actors got, even though it was an American production and we were American actors and all that kind of stuff, okay? And it meant if any of the cast gets residuals from the first season, it's a fucking nickel. It's pathetic because there are no, for all this like Canada's a socialist wonderland and all that kind of stuff, the Canadian actor protections are ass. They have to scramble like Brits. It's terrible. You either make a bunch of money and sit on it, but you're never going to make any money in the back end, and your show could play forever and you'll never see a dime. As a matter of fact, the more classic your show is, the more fucked you are, because you will not get jobs because your show is still running and people don't want to see you in other stuff because they could turn on your TV and see it all the time, but you're not making any money from it. You'd be better if it was a failure. You could move on to the next paying job. What did Ashton Kutcher do? He let a serial killer murder another girl by not calling the police when he found a woman he was going to go on a date with dead. What else? He's a douchebag on set, and he wrote a letter of recommendation for Danny Masterson. I mean, for starters, okay? Yes, it's definitely cheaper to film there. And that's one of the reasons why, Vicky. It's because you as a production company also don't have to pay residuals on the thing. So Sharon Gless and I held out in season 2 because we were the 2 actors on the show with names that really couldn't be replaced without making a giant stink. They felt like they could replace anybody else, but because of me being on Talk Soup and her having Cagney and Lacey in her background, we were the only actors on the show that had a name. So both of us held out with our agents and said, everybody gets an American SAG contract or we're not going back to work. We didn't ask for a big raise. We didn't ask for a leap in money. But she and I both knew that one of the things you could put your kids through school on is residuals. So we held out because we could. The rest of the actors on the show couldn't. Just a reality. Water Goddess. Yes. Right? So, yeah, that Ashton Kutcher stuff gets worse the more you know about it. Because, I gotta say, a couple things. Punk'd shared an office with us at VH1 when I was doing a pilot called Pop Shot that VH1 stole and made into a show with Patrice Williams using one segment of my 5-segment show. And I love Patrice, so it's not his fault, and rest his soul. He's a super funny fucking guy. But we were across the office in basically this giant empty floor at VH1. And I feel like spilling tonight, so that's what's going to happen. I never really saw Ashton around there because he didn't do much. But his producing partner who ran the show there are only 2 people I have seen in my life in production that were this fucking miserable, just bitter, borderline serial killers. If you'd ever said, okay, we found out somebody that you used to work around was a serial killer, there'd be 2 fucking people I'd go, it's gotta be him. It would be Ashton Kutcher's producing partner on Punk'd, who was a fucking bitter, weird, dark, shitty dude. I don't even remember his fucking name, but it was like Pigpen with evil smoke coming off of him all the fucking time. And the other was Greg Gutfeld's producer on Red Eye on Fox, because I used to do Red Eye on Fox, and Gutfeld had this dude who worked with him. It was like both of these guys came from the same fucking cookie cutter. They were so goddamn gross. So, it was just brutal. So, being around those guys. And I never understood that, because I understand that just having this job, because working actors are a subset of a subset of a subset of a subset. And so you're lucky to be here. So many things have to fucking line up for you to get a job. Like, so many features. That's why I always rejected the idea that it's about rejection. That everybody's like, there's so much rejection in acting. Fuck you egomaniac. You know how egomaniacal you have to think that losing a job in acting is about you, unless you actively fucked it up? They didn't like me. They didn't want me. Dude, do you have any, how many moving fucking parts there are in a production? There's so many movies, I think in the 90s I went up for something and I was like, fuck, I nailed that. That was so good. God damn it, what am I doing wrong? I found out the fucking production had just gone under because the money people had backed out. It had nothing to do with my audition. It never happened. And I had taken it personally for 3 weeks, and I was like, that's the last time I'm doing that shit. So, was it Jason Goldberg? I don't know his name, but that's sounds right. But because obviously I did Dude Where's My Car, and Danny Liner was very nice, and like there's so like it was fun, like just the overall project was silly and fun, and we had a great time. Except when we worked with Ashton, and then it was a pill. It was just a pill. It's weird. Like the whole energy of the set changed and that kind of stuff, and I never got it. And I was like, I wrote it off as kind of like, okay, sitcom star, head full of himself, whatever. Okay, that happens. But everybody else was trying their hardest. Sean William Scott was very nice. Like everybody tried hard. Then I get on Lab Rats, and my producer, executive producer on Lab Rats, was the creator of that 70s show. And some of our writers worked on that 70s show. And they all, had the inside scoop on that it wasn't something that just happened once fame occurred. That kind of stuff. And then, so if you don't know, there's the story is, you can look it up. Ashton Kutcher was going on a date with some girl, or he was going to read with her for a part and blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know, maybe put the moves on her. Who knows? But they were allegedly going on a date. And he showed up at the house and then didn't call the cops. He was like, he saw through the window. He thought he saw spilled wine on the floor. It was her blood. She was dead. You couldn't see it from the window. So he obviously entered the house with the key that he had. He saw her dead, left, spent an hour calling his manager and other people to ask what he should do instead of just calling the fucking cops. And the guy who killed her ended up killing another person. And they probably could have caught him if the person who walked in to the scene had called the police immediately. I didn't know how I missed hearing this about Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, it's a fairly well-known story. And then he's joking about Diddy parties, and then he writes a letter about defending Danny Masterson with Mila, and I'm like, fuck you. How about no? You're like, Hal, you're going to lose your chance at being in Butterfly Effect too. I know. Where can I get your This Is Bullshit song now? I got to start, hold on. I got to start like I should start a Spotify channel with all my songs on it or something. Or SoundCloud, right? Hold on, maybe that'll be it. So I think I have one from a long time ago. I don't know if it's still... Yeah. I haven't used it since 2016. That's hilarious. Yeah. I'll have to start it back up. I haven't used it in ages. All right, I'll fix it. But I'll post them on there. Yeah. Need to copyright that shit? I agree. I mean, I did write all the lyrics, and it took me a bunch of iterations. I think there's a level of creativity that goes in it even still. So that said, I'm going to sign off because I went way late. And consider this a free Ask Me Anything. So the next time we do a super chat goal, you guys know I'll be worth it. I'm good for an extra one. I can do a super chat goal tomorrow without needing it. So anyways, love your guts, Al. Hey, the great thing about being an actor, the kind of actor I want to be, is that I want to be an old actor. So I don't care if it's in a hurry. And I'm the turtle in this race. I can hang out and watch people fall aside. Next time, the Terry Garr story, she's lovely. God damn, she's lovely. All right. Meanwhile, you guys are fucking fantastic. Hit the like, share the show. See you next time.